I used to work the night shift at a distribution warehouse on the outskirts of a small Midwestern town. It was the kind of place people forgot existed, miles away from neighborhoods, surrounded by empty fields and a two-lane road that barely saw traffic after midnight. The job itself was simple: inventory checks, logging incoming shipments, and making sure the security monitors stayed green. I was 23 at the time, freshly moved out, trying to save money. Night shifts paid better, and honestly, I didn't mind the quiet. The warehouse had three sections: the front office where I sat, a massive storage floor behind it, and a long maintenance corridor that led to the emergency exits. The lights in that corridor were motion activated and flickered like they hadn't been replaced in years. On my first week, my supervisor, Mark, gave me a quick rundown. He was in his late 40s, tired eyes, permanent coffee breath. "Most nights nothing happens," he said, already halfway out the door. "If the motion sensors go off in the back, just check the cameras. And don't wander around unless you have to." That last part stuck with me. For the first few weeks, everything was normal. Too normal. The kind of silence that presses against your ears until you start hearing your own heartbeat. Then one night, around 2:17 a.m., the motion alert popped up on monitor 3, maintenance corridor. I frowned. That corridor wasn't used at night. No deliveries, no exits, nothing. I checked the camera feed. Empty hallway, no movement, just the lights slowly dimming back to darkness. Probably a sensor glitch, I told myself, and logged it. But the alerts started happening every night after that. Always between 2 and 2:30 a.m. Always the same corridor. What bothered me wasn't the alerts, it was the timing. One night, curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed my flashlight and walked out onto the storage floor. The vast space swallowed sound completely. My footsteps echoed too loudly, like I wasn't supposed to be there. As I approached the maintenance corridor, the lights flicked on one by one ahead of me. Not all at once. 1, 2, 3. Like something was moving away from me. I stopped. The hallway was empty. No footsteps, no shadows, nothing. I laughed under my breath, nervous, and walked back to the office, pretending my hands weren't shaking. That night, I dreamed I was standing in that corridor, unable to move, while the lights turned off behind me one by one. I woke up with my heart pounding. A week later, I noticed something new on the camera feed. At exactly 2:21 a.m., the hallway camera would glitch, not cut out, just distort. For less than a second. But in that second, the empty corridor looked slightly wrong. Like the walls were closer, like the space didn't match the building's layout. I asked Mark about it the next day. He didn't look at the screen when I showed him the footage. "Those cameras are old," he said quickly. "Don't overthink it." I wanted to push, but his tone ended the conversation. That night, the motion alert went off again. 2:21 a.m. Instead of checking the monitor, I just sat there, staring at the dark reflection of myself in the screen. The office lights buzzed overhead. Then I heard it. A soft sound. Not loud, not sudden. Like someone exhaling slowly from behind me. I froze. The office door was closed, locked. I was alone. I always was. I turned around. Nothing. But the air felt different, heavy, like the room was holding its breath. The monitor beeped again. This time, the camera feed didn't glitch. There was something in the corridor. Not a figure, not a shape, just a darker section of darkness, an absence where the light should have been. It didn't move. It didn't blink. It just existed. My brain refused to process it. I told myself it was a shadow, a compression error, anything. Then the lights in the corridor started turning off, one by one, toward the camera, toward me. I stood up so fast my chair slammed into the wall. The office door handle rattled, once, twice, slow, controlled, like whoever or whatever Was on the other side, knew it was locked. I backed into the corner, my heart trying to tear its way out of my chest. The rattling stopped. Silence. After what felt like hours, the emergency lights flicked on. The cameras reset. The corridor was empty again. No alerts, no glitches. When the morning shift arrived, I didn't tell anyone what happened. I just clocked out and went home. I called in sick the next night. And the night after that. On the fourth day, Mark called me. "You don't need to come back," he said flatly. "We filled your position." I didn't argue. A few months later, curiosity led me to look up the warehouse online. It had been permanently shut down. No explanation, no news articles, no fire, no crime, nothing. Just closed. I sometimes wake up around 2:21 a.m. for no reason, and for a split second before I fully open my eyes, it feels like the room is slightly smaller than it should be, like something is standing just outside the reach of the light, waiting for the night shift to start again.